I decided to go live. Hey. Tight, tight, tight. My queen is live. Yes, I am. I gotta put live chat first of all. There we go. Happy Friday. Are you melting? It's warm. It's warm. I'm in a sweater, but it's warm. Hi, Lacey. Hi, Jake. Hi, Liz. Katie, Jackie. We're a fucking queen. Thank you. I survived. I did survive. I'm gonna take this out. You guys can still hear me. I'm not listening to anything. I don't think I need headphones in. That shirt, it is warm. Yeah, it's warm. Hey. Yeah, I decided to come on a bit early, just so. I did see Joe Hill. I met and I got a book signed by Joe Hill. So yes, I did see Joe Hill. I met Joe Hill. I am editing my last vlog, and excuse me, there's a Bookcon in Toronto. I'm gonna need you to tweet me information about that, please. But yes, I did meet, see, and take a picture with Joe Hill. It's pretty special. But I'm editing my vlog for that right now, and I did have to edit out my audio for it because your girl said some basically embarrassing word vomit. So love your vlogs. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you. So yeah, I'm opening this up for discussion. Thank you. It was really nice meeting you too. What's your name again? Because I know your handle, and I don't know your name. I'm thinking it's Amber, but I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. It is Amber. Okay. Okay. Me remembering names. Oh my God. The worst. There's people I met and talked to for minutes. And I'm couldn't tell you the freaking name. I feel better about that though, now knowing that it is in fact Amber. And I didn't just pull that name out of the sky. Yeah, I'm horrible at names. Post the word vomit. I'm not going to post the word vomit just because it's something personal to me that I kind of said to him. So just for my own, I don't know, not safety, but my own little thing. Thank you. Jake, I did see you from a distance. I did not say hello, but I did see you and your beautiful hair, so. But yeah, I am opening this up for I don't know, a discussion, a question and answer, whatever you guys want to talk about in regards to Book Expo and Bookcon. And I'll probably make an experience video after, but I figured it'd be kind of easier if you guys ask me any questions. I can just, Did Aldo and Jeff play Magic? No, they did not. But they did go on a New York adventure together. So. How bad would it be for someone going to Bookcon with extreme social anxiety? Bookcon was a fucking shit show. I'm not gonna lie. What a fucking nightmare. And honestly, I kind of dipped out of Bookcon. So I'm not just, yeah. I want to remember everyone's questions, but I want to make sure I kind of go in depth. For extreme social anxiety, if you are uncomfortable around crowds, I would say neither BEA or Bookcon is going to be your thing. It's not going to be your thing. Straight up. I'm comfortable in crowds, and like fairly comfortable in crowds. Like I, like concerts and I don't know, stuff like that where I can like handle being like shoved around by a bunch of people. And I got extremely overwhelmed. It's less crowding, it is lines, and then trying to like freaking in and out of lines, it's hellish. So no, not a fan of that. Social anxiety in terms of meeting people is a whole other like ball game. So we can talk about that. Ask more questions about that if you want. So, did you meet any other authors besides Joe Hill? Yes, for sure did. Like quite a few. Let's see if I can think of any off the top of my head. The beautiful authors of Dear Haiti, Love Elaine, met them. Met Brandy Colbert. Met Kira Jane Buxton, the author of this. I met the guy who wrote Matthew Matter, who wrote The Dreaming Tree. What else? Quite a few more. The author of The 10th Girl. Quite a few. Actually, quite a few. Love getting a chance to meet you. Hello. Do you think it was super crowded during Bookcon? Is BEA better? BEA is much better. Much better. And honestly, as much as I like Bookcon for, meeting, I don't want to say meeting like people who watch me. Okay, we can get into all that. I'm here to spill some tea if you want. I think Bookcon, having gone to BEA and then immediately going to Bookcon, the stark difference between the two is startling. Like, it's fucked up, the difference between the two. It's wild, actually. Like, wild. Spill the tea? Do you want me to spill the tea in terms of the difference between the two? I wouldn't say it's necessarily tea. It's just the fact that I can walk away in... Okay, let's think about it this way. Wednesday of BEA, I was only there for an hour. Thursday, I did a 9 to 3, and then Friday, I did 9 to noon, and I walked away with, give or take, about 50 books. Okay? It's so easy to get books at BEA, and then you go to Bookcon, and people are like, I waited around for 2 days, and I maybe got 4. It's shocking. It's upsetting because it's the same publishers that, literally have a stack of 500 books that you can just grab. You don't even have to ask for them. You just walk up and grab. Are the same books and the same publishers that people are standing in like 4-hour lines for. It's fucked up. I get it. It's an industry event, but like the difference, I'm like, why the fuck would I wait in line at Bookcon for a book that I literally know that they just had sitting on a table that I grabbed? So it kind of like, by the time I got to Bookcon, I was like, I'm not going to grab books because there's such an oversaturation of people here trying to get any books at all that, like, why would I bother? I'm taking from the pool of people who are there for a few arcs. Like, it's just, it's kind of wild. Yeah, that I guess that's kind of tea. Is that tea? I mean, it's just the difference in the two events. Like, that's kind of what it boils down to, I guess. I think I'm more like inclined to talk about the actual event itself because that's something that I knew nothing about. We can talk about meeting people if you want. Like, I'm okay with that, but in terms of the actual event itself, I think that's what people want to know about. Hey. Strain that tea into our collective mana. You have to get accepted to BEA, right? I think so. Like, I applied for a media pass and got one, and that opened me up to BEA and Bookcon. So overall, BEA was better, much better, like significantly better. Like I said, I was like shocked. It was shocked. Did you have to get an early ticket for the Joe Hill signing? I signed up for a Bookcon ticket, and I went on once they released the autographing things. I went on my phone and was like, and I got it. I already had a ticket, so I didn't have to line up early. Have you watched Chandler's video on the experience at BEA? I found it really informative. Yeah, I did, and I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to come on too. I more or less agree with everything that she said in that video. Obviously, everyone's experience of these events are very different. Her experience is going to be different than mine. Even I don't want to say like I don't want to pull like a I'm old, but like my experience as a 30-year-old is going to be much different than someone's experience as a 23-year-old. I think Chandler's like 24, 25, but like it's significantly different. Everybody's experiences are incredibly different, and I think it's important to acknowledge that people's expectations are going to be different, people's priorities are going to be different, and general experience and friend group are going to be different. And that's why, like, when you take BEA and Bookcon as a whole, you need to know that every single person who is going there is planning on doing something different. Even within the people I stayed with, like I stayed with Julie and I stayed with Amber, and I'll be honest, I went into BEA with maybe like 12 books that I wanted to get. And we sat down in the evening and we planned, like we were on Goodreads. We figured out like what books were being released at what time, what books were also being released at the same time. In case we missed one, we could go get another one. Our main focus was, at least for BEA, was arcs. To me, I was like, I got a media pass. They granted me this media pass. Like, to me, that's a privilege that I was accepted for that. And so I looked at that as I want to make the most of this experience. I want to meet publishers that I have previous relationships with. I want to meet people that I've emailed only face to face and do a bit of networking that way. I want to get arcs because that is what I'm kind of here for. And then I would say almost third in that list was meeting other people and being around my friends and taking pictures and stuff like that. So, you know, other people's priorities are different. Other people are only there to see their friends, and that's okay. And people need to remember that even though they may have been granted a media pass, paid to go to BEA, if that's their time and their money. And I think that's important. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really nice, Sam. I really appreciate that. So yes, I do believe you have to get accepted to BEA. I applied and got accepted. So I don't know what other people's experiences were with that, but I believe that you do. I think we all collectively screamed when you met Joe Hill. Yeah, it was the peak of my week. Do you have any thoughts on the treatment of booktubers at the event? I know there was a big conversation right after the event. I have opinions. I have opinions. Here's the thing. For me personally, and this is all personal and it's going to be personal to everybody, I never look at any creators, bigger or smaller. First of all, I'm gonna do air quotes. Bigger or smaller than me. I hate the term bigger and smaller creators. We're all creators. The reason why we use bigger and smaller is literally to put a number on things, and that's fine. But to me, I don't look at it like that. I look at it as almost like we're coworkers or we're peers. And I think that comes with, and I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I think that comes with age, and that comes with just acknowledging that we're all humans and no one is better because of numbers. That's never the case. Like, it's the same thing in life. Like, you're not going to go, oh, that person's better than me because they have more money than me. Like, no, that person might be a shitty person. And, you know, somebody that you met who has barely nothing might be the best person ever. Right. So I never once look at somebody and go, oh, actually, hold on real quick. Let me look up your YouTube channel and see if you're cool enough to hang out with me. You know, like, no, I don't look at it like that. Like, who gives a shit? I don't fucking give a shit. But one thing that I think is really important to note with this event, there are people who have a bigger following. Those people need to be protected in an environment that involves the general public. That has to happen. When you're getting into the hundreds of thousands of subscribers, or you're a published author, or, you know, this event, people know you for this event and your friend group, you need to have the proper security there so that you can have a good time, that you're safe, and that you can navigate a public show floor without it being chaos. That stresses me the fuck out. That stresses me the fuck out. All I want from these events is, you know, people's friend groups to feel safe, for everyone to feel safe. You know, like, I'm a big girl. Like, I'm okay being in crowds, but like, I have 10,000 subscribers. I don't have 200,000. I'm not a published author, right? And so for me, security is so important. And I hate to say, but I don't think Bookcon really gives a shit. It's a wonderful event, but I don't think, from what I've seen, I don't personally think that they understand the influence that these people have, the following that these people have, and they're not able to provide adequate security for them. So that's kind of how I feel about that. That being said, my personal experience as a media booktuber, I had a great time. I always felt safe. We can talk about the community. I, not once in my life, have felt such a accepting community, even though I know there's drama afterwards. I know that there's going to be drama in every single community about people not feeling accepted or included, etc. For myself, I made my own fun that week. I interacted with people that I wanted to interact with. I made new friends. I merged and ebbed and flowed between different people and different groups based on, like, you know, who I recognize, really. And I treat everybody as equal, or try to, at least. You know, we're all guilty of judging a little bit, but like, I try my best to treat everybody like a coworker. And I think if you can go into it in that mindset and break down that barrier between, I watch you, I'm a fan, I hate that. No, you're not a fan. You're just somebody who watches my videos. Like, it's, you know, same thing. Like, I met people who have significant greater followings than me, and I never once went, I'm a fan of your videos. I'm like, how's it going? You know, how's it going? What books are you excited for? In my mind, I may be like, oh, this is really cool that I'm talking to this person that I know is popular, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. If you just break it, take all the stuff from up here, break it down a fucking notch, take it all. It's not that serious. That's kind of what I want to say. It's not that serious. Break it down, lower it down, and that's that. Right? So that's kind of how I approached it as a creator, talking to other creators. But like I said, when you have a significant following, it's harder for you to then navigate a public place where people are going to want to meet you in a safe way. So all I care about deep in my heart is not who I can take pictures with and who I can, like, clout chase, because you know that there's people who wanting to do that. That's my tea. There's people doing that. I care about making genuine friendships with people, regardless of numbers. And I care about safety of everybody involved in our community. Okay. That's what I care about. I just want everyone to be safe and have fun. But I think people really need to acknowledge that people are there to talk to their friends. Talk to their friends or get books or take pictures. It's all different. Everyone's there for a different reason, and it doesn't matter as long as you are making the most of your time, your money, your plane ticket, your your Airbnb, whatever. You're having a good time, you know? I loved what Chandler said in her video where she's like, you need to lower your expectations big time with all of that, with every single one of those things that I listed. You need to lower your expectations with what arcs you're going to get. Like, I personally didn't get one I really wanted, which was, I'll talk about it, which was Full Throttle by Joe Hill. I went very early into a line and lined up, and turns out, I guess, they just didn't have them yet. And they gave them out the following day, so I didn't get one. And yeah, that's kind of like a, but that's how I approach it. I go, okay, I'll buy the book when it comes out. You know, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to be like, well, fuck, like, I didn't, like, it's outlook. You gotta, if you have a positive outlook on this whole thing, you're fine. It's fine. You know? Oh, anyway. I really love your outlook on all of this. Thank you. Hey, Jordan. It's a friend of mine. Miss you too. The biggest reason I want to go to these events is to meet the people I've been friends with for so long. Who cares about numbers? Exactly. Like, you know, it's, to me, like I said, if you look at people as your peers and as coworkers in this community, it's such a better way to look at it, right? Like, the best way I can say it is, like, imagine you are working for a big company and you have your individual store, okay? Those people are your team. Those are your close-knit friends. Now imagine that team, there's several stores, right? All in the same district. And then all of a sudden you guys have a district party, right? You're going to approach those people with kindness and respect because you work for the same company, right? At no point during this company meeting are you going to go, how much does that person make? Right? If you look at it like that, right, you're gonna talk to all those people about your common interest, having working for this company. You're going to naturally gravitate towards the personalities that you like. You're going to meet all these new people. You might not be best friends with them. You might. And if you open that up like that, and you look at it like that, then great. I don't know. I don't know. There's just, yeah, anyway. Managing your expectations is the most important in most things. I literally came to meet my friends and had the best time. Yeah, there you go, right? My favorite memory this year. I have so many from so many different things. My favorite memory, honestly, truly, there was about an hour, maybe 30 minutes in Book Expo where I walked in with Julie and Amber. We got ARCs. Then it was like, hey, do you want to go grab one for Chelsea? I went and I grabbed one for Chelsea. Then I gave it to Chelsea. Chelsea gave me a book that I wanted. Then we went in a line for someone else. Then in that line, someone else gave me a book for somebody else. And we traded those. And hey, I think you'd like this. Hey, I think you'd like that. And by the end, we all ended up with the books we wanted. We sent books to, other people who wanted them. And it felt like such a true community experience. It was wild. Like, literally, as I'm in line, I met with, who was it? Cece. Just came over and was like, hey, I think Chelsea would like this. Are you going to see her later? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I grabbed it and then I gave it to her. Like, it's that little, like, I don't know, camaraderie, I guess. And that's what mattered most. It didn't matter to me, like, big group pictures and all that stuff. To me, that's the community. That's a community of literally going, I think you would like this book. I waited in line for you for this book. Another good memory for me is the fact that, like, I got a book signed for a friend in the community who couldn't be there. I grabbed an art copy for Kayla that I'm going to ship off to people. That's the community. And being like, hey, you couldn't be at this event. Me taking 5 minutes out of my day to make your day, that's community. Right? Oh, I wish I could go to Bookneck Fest, by the way. But I do have to save money for my trip to Hawaii. So I want to go, but I'm like, oh, I want to go. The BookTube meetup was crazy. Subscribers keep going up. Oh, that's rough. I didn't know about that. The Booktuber meetup was not planned well. And to no fault of the creators at all. That was Bookcon's fault, if you're going to take blame at like how that was run. They apparently didn't know until like 2 minutes before they got in there that there was basically no security and basically no rhyme or reason to that whole shit show. That felt scary to me as a creator, watching them being sort of like approached with no security. That's what I care about. I care about making sure that everyone feels safe, making sure that everyone has a safe space, and that if you're going to have a place where it's like, come meet your favorite creators, that's done in a safe manner. You know, my brain goes to, what was it? There was a YouTuber girl who made like singing videos who got killed at like a event. And I can't help but think of like security, of shit like that. My brain goes there. So anyway, this is making me really want to make a Bookcon experience video. Christina Grimmy, thank you. That's who it is. But I can't help but think about that, and I know that's a negative way to say it. I worry about shit like that. I really, really do, especially when it's just this like huge crowds of people with like no real security. Right? Yeah, it was people looking out for each other and wanting to get each other great books. That was the best part of my experience. Also, Rainbow Bagels and meeting Joe Hill. Right up there. Yeah. Yeah, the way that was set up in general. But that was Bookcon, not really understanding people's expectations of the event. You know, everything at these events is a learning experience. Everything changes and grows year to year. You learn what doesn't work and what works. That's any convention. Oh, like, trust me, do you think that Bookcon year one is nearly what it is now? No, because you learn what works. And some things don't work. So, what are you most excited to read from the arcs you got? The Chain. This is a kidnapping chain. Sounds so cool. Really all of them, because I went through and was really selective. So, Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Troy. I'm stoked about. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, Imaginary Friend by Stephen Schabotsky. Oh boy. The new Christina Lauren. This sucker. Ooh, this sucker seems so cool. It's very flops and is like 700 freaking pages. And apparently there's a spoiler on the last page, so I'm not going to look. Also, Dear Sweet Pea. Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw. A lot of them. Oh, also Unpregnant, given the current political BS. I think that one's going to be interesting. Oh, Hollow Kingdom. This is about a crow who eats Cheetos. I love the clip of you and Jeff with the face mask. That's the reality of these events, is that by the time you get back to your Airbnb, the exhaustion, the like panic, the amount of people just you interact with. I'm kind of an empath, so like I vibe off people's vibes. So if it's a whole room of chaos, I'm chaos. If it's like a whole room of panic, I'm panic. So having that like release when you get back, you need to do that. Need to do that. You have to. So love meeting you too, Melanie. Do rainbow bagels taste any different than, I'm assuming that means regular bagels. I don't know what that word is. They are a little bit more sweeter. They're sweeter. And then obviously they're slathered in, at least the one I got, in funfetti cream cheese. So it's like real sweet. Bookcon year 1 was almost shut down because it's such a shit show. Yeah, like, I mean, conventions learn and conventions grow. My big thing moving into the following year is that I hope that creators are able to have a safe space. If they want to take pictures, that they do it in a space that allows them to and allows them to do it safely. If that is at the convention, great. If it's not, I think that's preferred. I think if you're going to take big group pictures like that with a group of friends, you need to do it in a safe space. So, you know, whether that's renting out a room to do it, going to a separate park or something, and not announcing it to everybody and doing it a way that makes them feel safe. And that's all I can ask for, is like safety, respect, understanding moving forward. Because I know, I'll be honest, I feel like a lot of people were butthurt, and like, really, it's who cares? Take pictures with the people you want to take pictures with. Like, I mean, in your own bubble. You need to understand that there are different bubbles. That's part of life. People have different friends, and that's okay. Right? I have not been watching the Nosferatu miniseries because I do not have cable. I want to see it though, and I will watch it at some point. It will always exist, right? So that's me with most TV. Like, I don't have cable. I'll watch it eventually. So, yeah. Me as a crow. Same. Yeah. The writing is tiny in that one. Like, it really is. Oh, I shoved it back in there already. But yeah, you guys feel free to ask me more stuff. I don't mind. I'll happily answer more questions about all of this stuff. I'm not upset by it. I legit bought a floppy version of Nosferatu today because of you. Yeah. Oh, I loved your video, by the way. When you could just see the exhaustion in my face. I'm like, Nosferatu by Joe Hill. Read it. Like, oh, I was so done. I was tired. Are you going to be in Bookcon next year? I always tell people every time they ask me this, like a year later, ask me like 3 months in advance, because I'll be honest, like, I don't know where my life's going to be next year. And that's just, you know, I want to go, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know where my life's going to be. And so next year I definitely will apply for a media pass. And honestly, if I don't get accepted, I walked away, this is answering another question, I walked away with 37 arcs and then a bunch of graphic novels. So more or less 40 books. If every one of those books, do the hot math here for a second. I'm Canadian, so I'm going to do it in Canadian money. Say every one of those books is $23.99, which is pretty standard. Some of those are $34.99 for like adult hardcovers, which a lot of these are going to be released in. You times that by say 40. Oops. say 24 times 40. I have almost $1,000 in free books. So if I pay $450 for a ticket and I walk away with $1,000 worth of free books, it's worth it. If you are going and you're going with the express goal of getting books. But Bookcon, I don't know. I go to Bookcon now just to like go to the panels. The panels were great. I went to panels. It was fantastic. I needed to sit. I needed to chill. I needed to get my feet up. Panels are wonderful. Holy fuck. Had someone told me, go to panels, you idiot, I would have been like, okay. And then I did this year. It was great. How many books have I read so far this month? Oh, that's a big old 0, my friend. How do I think Bookcon will change for next year? Hopefully for the better. There's my answer for that. I hope that, like I said, there is some security for influencers. I really do. That's how I hope it changes. What are the requirements for a media BEA pass? I don't remember. I applied so long ago that like, I know they ask you for like a link to your channel, your analytics for the last like couple months, I believe, your subscriber counts, links to 3 videos or something that I was proud of, a general like questionnaire kind of thing. That's all I can remember. So, how pricey is BEA in Bookcon? Oh, sorry. How was the flight there and back? My flights were fine. Well, I got delayed leaving, but it's because we had a tornado in my city. The fuck? Global warming? Cool. Excuse me. But my flights were fine. So, fucking knock on wood, because I don't like flying at all. How pricey is BEA in Bookcon? BEA, from my understanding, if you buy like a general pass, is $450, but I think there's some where you can apply as an author and it's $100, or you can apply as a media and it's $250. Check their website. I'm not the knower of that. And then Bookcon, I think our tickets were $50 each for weekend passes, something like that. Again, check their website. I don't know. The prices could change. I don't know. Can I describe Nosferatu in 3 words? Three sentences. A car that runs on souls of children. Christmas land. Creepy. What are some tips for Book Expo and Bookcon? General tips. BEA, lower your expectations. Bookcon, lower your expectations. For BEA, if you are going for books, you need to research. You have to do your research. I thought people were insane when they had spreadsheets. I didn't buy a spreadsheet. This year, if I go again, I'm buying a spreadsheet. I want to know what books are where. I want to know the booth. I want to know the time. I want to know what's required of me. I want to know what books are also at the same time. That way, you literally can go on your spreadsheet, and I know it sounds insane, but trust me, it works. It works to know exactly where stuff is. I say if I go next year. I don't know if my life is gonna. Well, I don't know what my life's gonna look like. You need having that spreadsheet. You literally know exactly where you need to be. It does take some guesswork out of it, or it takes some spontaneity out of it. But even in following this spreadsheet, Julie, Amber, and I walked to one arc in the morning. On the way there, this is not a lie. On the way there, grabbed 3 books that were just around that knock off 3 from our next day. So we went back to the Airbnb, crossed off those 3 that we grabbed, went, okay, what other books fit that time slot? because we had that schedule, we went, okay, we can now get this, this, and this. It's insane. It works. That's how we walked away with 37 books. Julie has like 50. So like, yeah. That's some basic tips. Other tips, I will get to your question, guys. I see it, by the way. I'm just trying to go down in order. Other tips, make sure you have a good breakfast. I did not do that one of these days, and at around 1 o'clock, sorry if you saw me, but I was a fucking bitch. Because I was, at one point, just had the full-on, like, I haven't ate and I haven't had sugar shakes. And I immediately, like, head down, fuck you if you're talking to me, I need to get to Starbucks, go to hell people, screw you man in a suit, get on my way, bitch, and, like, beeline to Starbucks, and, like, pay overpriced food at the Javits Center, bring snacks, eat in the morning, wake up super early then to eat in the morning, like, just something. Go to bed. When you get home, take naps, take breaks, eat food, drink water, little things like that, because you do not want to get burned out, and it's a lot. So that's some of my tips. How did you get all of the books home? Here's my tip. Ooh, I got so many tips. What you need to do, or what my suggestion is find books that are the same size, like these two. Lay all your books out. Get the books that are the same size all together. Like, I think this one is the same size. Yeah, so like there's 3 the same size. You're going to make stacks of 5 like this. I only had a carry-on suitcase. And then in the half section of my carry-on with like the mesh part, I have like one that opens like a clamshell, you know? I took stacks of 5 and I put them like this. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? I'll pretend that's a little book. And I stacked them like that. I managed to fit 24 books in one side of my suitcase. Then, because I also had Jeff, we divided the remainder of those 24 books into backpacks and his suitcase. It was a lot. A lot. Ugh. Airbnb or hotel, Airbnb. Always. You're going to get a more genuine experience no matter where you go. That's a tip for traveling in general. Always go with Airbnbs. You're going to live like a New Yorker in your little weird apartments. You might kill a cockroach or 2. It's fine. Not going to lie, we killed one. It was about that size. But, you know, we lived in a 110-year-old building. So it was to be expected. And it's cool. It's fun to see how people live. So I always say Airbnb, they're typically a little cheaper. Do they do a security before entering the convention center? No. No, they don't. They don't check bags. They don't check shit. And I don't like it. I don't feel safe. There you go. True story. I feel like I missed something with the security thing. Did something happen, or is it just chaos and no order? Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. But it was the fact that something bad could have easily happened. Basically, the security I'm referring to is security for people who have bigger followings, and I don't think that Bookcon really acknowledges that, and I think that they need to. And it's not part of an elitist thing. It's not like these people are more important than other people. It's a simple security thing. When you have a following of 100,000 people, 200,000 people, 1 million people read your book, when you're then entered into the general public without like a smidge of security, that's an issue. So there was a Booktuber meetup that I personally didn't think was run well. They didn't know that. The creators didn't know that. That's not their fault. What I think it was Bookcon's fault. Like I said, if you're going to place blame, it's probably Bookcon's fault, and I think that they need better security. True story. I did not personally have to mail any of my books back. I think had I gone by myself, it would have been a different story, or I would have probably narrowed down my book selection significantly, or I would have shipped my clothes home, because it probably would have been cheaper because it's by weight, and then I'm Canadian, so I probably would have shipped all my dirty clothes home. I heard one person got approved for the media pass online, but on site they turned her away. I heard there was issues with that too. Knock on wood again, that nothing happened to me or Jeff when it came to getting our passes. I can't speak on that. I don't know what the fuck their system was like. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I'll be honest, the Bookcon and BEA website needs a massive overhaul. What an actual piece of garbage. Ugh. Where do you buy your shirts though? A lot from H&M, a lot of vintage, a lot of like, if I see a fun pattern, Forever 21. Sometimes I order shit online, but a lot of vintage thrift stores, which helps no one. Yeah, a lot of people made spreadsheets, and a lot of people shared their spreadsheets with us, which was surprising. Like I ended up with, Julie and Amber's, Mel's, Sophie's, some other people that were like willing, Chelsea's, they kind of like let us take pictures of their spreadsheet so we could kind of see. Because I'm not a big fantasy reader, Julie is, so I kind of whatever. Did I have business cards made? I did. Speaking of business cards, this is fun. I was thinking of doing a whole video about this, but this whole stack here, this entire stack is all business cards from other creators. And so I have this, oops, I have this board here. It looks like this, and you can put people's business cards in them. And so I will go through and I am going to subscribe to like all these people. Because to me, if you made the effort of making a business card, I'm going to look at it. Yes, apparently somebody's badge got stolen. Yeah, that's fucking just, I'll talk about that in a second. I had business cards made. Some people made bookmarks. This is one just for BookNet Fest, but Mel made a bookmark, I think. Melanie made a bookmark, completely Melanie. She made a bookmark. Booktube made me do it. How freaking cute is this? This is the best idea. I will use these. So I love business cards. I'm making bookmarks next year. Do not let me forget, please. Did I meet someone that you talk to often that I haven't met before? Yeah, the majority of people, honestly. There's a couple people that I met previous years, but a lot of new people that I met. Everyone was super friendly and I loved everybody. I also know just from meeting people, I wish I could have spent hours with people, right? That's something I wish. I wish I could just have endless time with people, but there's a lot of people that I met very briefly. We took a picture. They're like, cool, I'm going to run this, grab this arc. Hope to see you later. And then if we didn't, I was okay with it. It's nothing personal if then that person goes and does something with their friend group. That's okay. And that's something that's really important that you guys need to remember if you go to these events. If you meet people that you've had Twitter interactions with or talk to in comments or whatever, if you say hi and you hang out for 5 minutes, know that it is nothing personal if they then go and spend 3 hours with another group of friends. You don't know if that was planned. You don't know if, they planned that for a while, if they have something, they have reservation. It's important to note that even in an event where you're there, I don't know how to say this in the nicest way. People have FOMO for not being at an event. It's important to note that even at the event, you will experience micro FOMO. Okay? You'll look on Instagram while you're, taking a hot minute to chill in your Airbnb, and you'll go, damn it, I'm not at the bar. Fuck. Right? And it's important, or like, shit, I wanted to go to Central Park. Fuck. FOMO is fear of missing out. And so because there's so many cool creators and so many cool creators have their little friend groups, even though you are in the city of New York at an event, you will still experience, and I did too, micro FOMO. It is a thing. It is a thing. It will happen. Certain people get invited to events. I got invited to events that Chelsea didn't. Chelsea got invited to ones I didn't. Julie got invited to ones I didn't go to, and whatever. What everyone needs to do is to take a hot minute, experience your upset. I think it's important to acknowledge that you're going to feel upset for a minute and go, okay, I feel upset. But then stop and go, oh, fuck, those people are doing fun shit. I'm going to go do fun shit. And then you take that like feeling of I'm going to go do fun shit and then go do fun shit. Right? See, I don't even know that there's a picnic. I don't know. I'm off doing whatever the fuck I'm doing. There will never be enough time. There will never be enough time, Kate, to talk and meet and hang out with all the people you want to hang out with at the capacity that you want to hang out with them. That's not possible. That's never possible for any of these events. There's too many people. There's too many people. But like I said, it's okay to feel your emotions. Personally, if you're going to talk about that big 70 people picture, all I heard about that picture was literally as I was headed to a panel, Chandler was on an escalator and went, "We're taking pictures." I didn't know that it was 70 people. And I went, okay. And I went, going to a panel. And I went and I happily sat there and watched Joe Hill talk about horror. Little did I know they're taking a gigantic picture with a bajillion people. Whether that was, I'm not going to talk about the details of that. I don't care. I wasn't there. But I got out of that panel, went and got some food at dinner with Jeff. And I looked at my phone and I saw those pictures and I went, huh, no one invited me to that. And I got upset. I'll be honest. I got upset for about 5 minutes. And then I went, all right. And then, and then I went, okay, well, I was in a panel. Not a big deal. You need to experience the feelings and then you need to toss them the fuck out. Like just feel the feels, throw them away because it doesn't matter. You are in a fun city. You are going to be experiencing fun things, and that's that. So there's so many people doing so many fun things that you are going to miss out on something. You just are. And it's okay to acknowledge that like someone is at the bar on the same evening that you are in desperate need of like relaxation, right? That night that I went to bed, if you guys watched my vlog, that night I went to bed literally at like 8. I took my makeup off at 8 and ate a Nutter Butter at 9:30 and went to sleep. That was the night that a bunch of people went out to like and watched RuPaul's Drag Race in the bar. I got text, "You want to come out?" I'm like, nope. I'm fucking exhausted. Right? So it's okay to just know that it's okay to feel feelings, but like try not to let it affect you that much. So many people are doing things. So anyway, that's that. I'm not going to get into that whole picture thing. Like I said, I wasn't there. I think the main sort of drama that like I'll talk about is the fact that it was meant to be a smaller group of people and it ended up sort of escalating to 70. The photographer didn't feel comfortable having that many people there. And even though everything went down okay and it was meant to be sort of a community picture, a lot of people there didn't necessarily feel safe by that. And I think it's important to note that if someone doesn't feel safe, that's the number one important thing. It's not about how fun it was and it's not about the end result. The fact that in that moment there were certain creators there that did not feel like that was a safe environment, that's the number one thing that we should be focused on. So there was a post saying, in the future, if we're doing a photo shoot with these group of people, please respect our space. And I think that I don't know why they didn't feel safe. I think it was just all of a sudden there's 70 people there, which is a lot. Like if I went to take pictures with my friends and there's like 10 of us and all of a sudden there's 60 more humans, that's a lot. That's overwhelming. And so I think they just didn't feel comfortable with that, and that's okay. And I think it's important to let them just, let everybody feel their feelings and voice their opinions. Like I said, when creators have a bigger following, I don't like referring to people as bigger YouTubers. I don't like that. When people have a larger following, I feel like they should be provided a safe space. So if they're going to be taking pictures in a convention, it would be nice, whether that's going to happen by them doing it or the convention itself, they should be able to have a safe spot where they can take pictures without the general public, I guess. That makes sense? I hope I don't sound douchey by saying that. I really just want literally anyone, regardless of size of channel, who gives a shit, to feel like they can take pictures or interact with their friends safely. That's the number one most important thing. Doesn't it sound like exclusivity? I can't say that word. Like they're being exclusive? No, I don't think so. I don't think that it sounds like it's being exclusive. And the reason being is because these people already have formed friendship groups, right? In the instance of that photo in particular, from my understanding, no one really opened it up to come one, come all, right? Had they done that, like I personally am okay if suddenly Central Park, all the booktubers, whoever wants to come. But that's the expectation that I'm putting forward. I'm expecting then if 200 people show up, cool. But when it's not expected and you're just trying to take pictures of your 10 friends and suddenly 60 people show up, that's a lot. And that's upsetting, right? So, you can say exclusive or not, simply trying to take pictures with your friends. And you have to remember to remove the numbers from that. Anybody, whether it's, I don't know, a group of 10 people on the street, if they were trying to take a picture and suddenly 60 random people showed up, that's a lot. I'm okay talking about it. I'm just okay talking about it in a respectful manner. You have to acknowledge that everyone is just human. Break down that barrier of numbers. Who gives a shit? Everyone is human. You want your human to feel safe. You want your human to feel comfortable. Maybe they should do it in a private place. That's not my saying. If they want to do it public, great. I think that they should be offered some security for that. And I think that their space should be respected. That's all. Yes, I think my number one thing is that I really do think that there should be some kind of security for people with a bigger following. I know that makes them sound like they're more exclusive than other people, but that's just being smart, guys. That's not them trying to be a dick and trying to be like, oh, well, we're cooler and like have more followers than you. No, that's who gives a shit. That's not what it's about. It's about the fact that those people are going to be approached by more people, right? I mean, yeah, we can nitpick about, the title of the photo and the whole like cool kids club-ness of the photo. I felt fine with my group of photos. With my friends, the photos that I took, I never once felt excluded because I don't look at it as an exclusive thing. I go, I'm not really friends with those people. That's fine. Who am I friends with? These new people that I just met. Let's take a pic. Right? What was the most offbeat or interesting panel you attended? I attended a horror panel with Joe Hill, Paul Tremblay, and another guy. Excuse me. And anyway, they talked about horror, and I thought it was really neat that they were all scared of rabies. So it's cool. I wish we got a picture together too. I think actually the people that I've met in the previous years, so like Julia I've met a couple times, Chelsea, obviously, Julie, there's like no pictures of us because we're like old souls together. there's no what do I say? There's no like instant satisfaction like needed. Like I need to take a picture with you. You know what I mean? We're just comfortable in each other's presence, which is almost more special to me that it's not like needed that we need to take a picture together. I would have liked it, but it's just when I can literally just feel like at ease and comfortable with you, that's special. So I love you, Julia. What was your favorite activity that you did in New York City outside of BA and Bookcon? Okay, my favorite thing that I did, other than going to L Room, which was that cafe with the amazing desserts, I love getting a little bit lost, and I love stumbling upon stuff. Um, I also did not take a picture with Aldo, and I feel fucking sad about it. I feel most sad about that actually. um, my number one thing that I loved doing was we actually randomly were like, we want shaved ice or shave ice or whatever. And as we stumbled through Chinatown to find this place, we stumbled on the cusp. I didn't know this was a thing. I'm not from New York. I didn't know this. That Chinatown and Little Italy meet like this. And so they had the streets for Little Italy. I don't know if it's always closed down. I don't know if there was like a festival fucking going on. I have no idea. I don't know if it was just the weekend. Someone should fill me in on that. I don't know. But we ended up, me and Jeff, just the two of us. I feel more comfortable with him. He's my husband. I love going on adventures with him. I feel most at peace with him. And we just stumbled down Little Italy and we watched this very Italian man hand roll cigars in the street, and it was just this like special little moment. And then Jeff got a cigar that he smoked in Times Square. It's those little like unexpected adventures. That's what makes a trip to me. Love it. Unplanned things are the best. I'm so glad you got to listen in on Joe Hill. Did you get fangirly? I got a little fangirly when I met him. Yeah. Sure did. I was like, I love your books. I did say some personal stuff, so that's why I said I have to cut the sound out because I did spill my personal life onto Joe Hill. So, but more or less, it was like, I love your books. They helped me through some really difficult times. This is my difficult times. Love you, bye. And he's like, cool, tight. Yeah. Honestly, and then people watching in Times Square is like none else, like none other is what I meant to say. It was just unreal. Oh, I don't know if people got trampled because they were trying to get an ARC, but let me tell you, that first day, people rushing to get Ninth House, listen, ARC drops need to be better managed than that. That was just, nope. Nope, not about that life. I don't know why that street was closed. I don't know, but we loved it. It first of all it took us right back to like our honeymoon in Italy, so that was really cute. It smelled like garlic and friggin' just wonderful smells. It was so cool because you're walking through Chinatown, which is like obviously there's heavy like sushi restaurants and like fish markets. So you're literally going through that smell, turning down a street. I'm not saying that's a bad smell. I'm just saying like that's the reality of that, into like garlic street. It was beautiful. And I'm like, fuck, why did we eat here? So yeah, it was really special. Yeah, no, Ninth House was nope, not at all. My nails? Thank you. Appreciate that. Chelsea's here. Hello. I'm just talking about BEA Bookcon experience, guys. So again, ask me any questions if you want me to touch on them. I'm gonna get that all out. I'm gonna get it all out. Would having a bigger venue and using the space to make it easier to navigate be good for Bookcon? No, may not be possible, but could it be helpful? No. I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, more space would be better, But I think better managed arc drops would be better for Bookcon. So there's that. How was my anxiety on the trip? Girl, I feel you. Here's the thing. The morning that we landed and then we had like 7 hours before we set up our home base. And I had 2 panic attacks within that period. Had a panic attack when we got lost in Central Park. Then we got rained on. Then I couldn't find a place to pee. Then I shattered my phone screen. Then we decided, okay, we'll go to the New York Public Library. JK, they don't let you take suitcases in. And so I sat on the stairs of the New York Public Library and had a full-on sobbing, hysterical, look at me if you want, people, I don't give a shit, panic attack. Because I was like, I don't know what to do in New York. And I had nowhere to like be quiet, right? Because I hadn't got into the Airbnb yet. So that's a number one tip. If you are going to a spot, try to land as close as possible to when you can check into your Airbnb. That way you can put your bags, you can take a breather, you can stop, you can find out where you want to go. Yeah, that's my suggestion. So that sucked. Then I love being with my booktube community and crowds, but at one point in that first day of BEA, it was like the 20 of us in like a fucking beehive, you know what I mean? A group. And it was too much and it was too many personalities for me. And I went, yeep. And I'm like, but bye guys. And I just personally pieced out and I went and explored the show floor by myself. And that was fun because then I got to take a moment to be in my own head, process all the personalities that I just met. Again, I'm an empath, so I feel a lot of fucking feels. And I had to take a hot second to chill. I also definitely like took a breather in a bathroom. I happily sat quietly in quiet spots. I got food when I needed food. And I relaxed when I knew my body needed it. And like I said, I would have loved to have gone out and explored New York the first couple nights we were there. I didn't have it in me. Simply just didn't have it in me. So that's important anyway. But yeah, my anxiety was Tuesday, Wednesday, right high, then kind of leveled out. And then Friday night at the Booktuber meetup, that was just a lot of people in a room. I love you guys. I love meeting all of you, but that was just a lot of people in a room. And so I dipped out of there. I was like, bye. And then the first little bit of Bookcon on Saturday was a lot. And I went, ugh. But then my anxiety for meeting Joe Hill was like a happy anxiety. So any books that you got that you didn't hear about until the event, but you're excited about? Yes, most of them. I'll be honest. I did not know. I didn't know that Riley Sagar had a new book coming out. So that's cool. I think maybe I knew about it, but I didn't know what it was about. So there's that. So that was cool. A lot of them. Most of them I had no idea about. Oh, did I have an anticipated arc that I didn't get? Not really. Like, I did want the one it's called, like, My Beautiful Vanessa or something like that. I didn't get that one, but whatever. I'll pick it up later. How do you know about the times of arc drops? Oh, research that I did not do. But it's more or less, like, I'm not kidding, guys. I did, like, 3 weeks of research prior to the event, only to find out that I maybe did about 10% of research that some people did. So if someone is selling a spreadsheet of what and where all the arcs are, buy that. And reach out to your friends. That's the number one thing. People who are also going, who you know are more organized than you. For me, watching Mel from Mel to the Any with her insane spreadsheet was life goals. But she organized that shit so well. Wish I was there to hug you. I was okay. Like, I mean, my anxiety, roller coaster, and it can happen at any time. And so that's why, like, for me, I don't like being in a heightened anxiety state around other people. And so that's why I try to separate myself from that as best I can. So if ever you see me at an event and I'm by myself, like if I'm with Jeff, it's fine. But if I'm by myself, chances are I'm dealing with some shit. Unless I'm like sitting in a line, then I'm probably there for someone else. But typically if I'm by myself, it's because, or if I'm like walking, I hit myself in the face, walking quickly to something, she's having an issue. She needs to pee or she's having a time, one or the other. But like, always say hi to me, please. If like, I don't mind. The first day of Bookcon, I had to go sit down alone because I felt I was going to be sick. Yeah. Yep. It was a lot. Your husband and went there for our honeymoon and we just freaked out. New York is a place. It was wild. It just got brighter in this room. Yeah, New York is wild. It's so overstimulating, and so that's why, like, even now, how many days later, we got in on my Monday morning, I'm decompressing from New York right now still. So I was happy to be your hair beacon. I didn't eat anything during the convention at all. Ooh, no, bring some snacks. Gotta bring some snacks. Yeah. Gonna try to find a bigger space that's carpeted and less echoey next time. Listen, you did your fucking best. You did your fucking best. You have to remember that you did so well. Okay? Like, obviously, everything, like I said, is a learning experience for next year if you want to try to do it next year. But know that you did so well. You did something that no one else was willing to do. No, was not willing to do it. And you did great. So take that and absorb that, please. Beat me up, Mom. I loved your video, Chandler, if you're still watching, by the way. You said a lot of shit that, like, was spot on. Lock Every Door is his best book yet. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. He did sign it for me, which was really cool. What a nice guy, by the way. To Natasha. Best wishes. He did say that this book poured out of him quicker than the rest of them, so that's kind of cool. Because it just, to me, that means one of two things. I guess an author is like passionate about what they're writing, or it's like natural, which, ooh, tight, you know? So I'm excited to read that one. I did no research. I went in blind and it was crazy. Yes, I went in blind to Bookcon last year and had fun, but doing my research this year was way more rewarding, especially for BEA. Yes. Okay. Can I tell you guys a story? Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. This is my number one thing I feel bad about for the week. Okay. And I feel so much guilt. I'm going to tell you the story, but like, I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist and block it out of my memory. I posted on Twitter. I said, hey guys, I'm going to Bookcon. I'm arriving around this time or whatever. I said, come say hi to me. I'll take pictures always. I'm hard of hearing. Please just look at me in my face if you can, you know. But I have a meeting with Joe Hill at 1. So, yeah. People came up and talked to me while I was in line, which was fun. There was one person, and I don't remember who this person was, and I'm sorry if it was you, but we were getting, like, corralled through the gate kind of thing to get in to meet Joe Hill. And at that point, I'm hyper-focused on, like, what I'm going to say, not throwing up, just listening to security try to get me to where I need to be. and someone went, "Hi, Natasha," and oh my god, I literally went, "Not now." uh, so there's somebody for sure writing an angry letter or an angry tweet about how much of a bitch I am because I just went, fuck. I feel really bad, and I don't I don't know who it was. Yeah, I know. Listen, it came out of me, and I went, "Ah," and then I immediately felt bad. But by then, I'm already fucking through the thing. Listen, that person hates me now. Okay. Oh God. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you guys can listen. That's the number one thing I feel bad about. Okay. Drag her. No, please don't. Um, do I get nervous meeting authors or bigger YouTubers? Again, I don't use the term bigger YouTubers. It's just people with more following. I look at everyone as coworkers and as equals. I don't look at numbers. I don't give a shit. I barely even look at my own subscriber count, let alone anyone else's. Don't care. Obviously, I'm aware of some people who are bigger, but no, I don't care. Like if we have had a mutual like discussion, like a Twitter or like you know whatever, I will literally just go up like I met you 16 years ago and we're best friends. I just talk to everybody like they're human. I don't feel nervous talking to pretty much anybody. Um, Sometimes people are so pretty, I'm like, how fucking dare you? So then I stare at their face a little longer, but oh, bye, Mel. Love you. Um, but other than that, like, no, I look at people as equal. I don't care. At the end of the day, I think a lot of my just what it boils down to is I don't care. Like in the best way possible, right? Like people are people. So I did get nervous meeting Joe Hill. Yeah, that I did get nervous for. I did talk about it in my video that's coming up the next vlog, how I didn't understand when people met authors and they were like losing their shit trademark um until I met Joe Hill because I full on lost my shit. So I get it. um yeah. Oh, but here's the thing. I definitely and this is a fault of mine and it always has been. I assume that people know me sometimes. And so I definitely went up to a couple people who I met previous years or yeah, last year at Bookcon for like 5 seconds. And I went over to them and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, I have no idea who this is. And I went, cool, have a great time. Have a great day, bye. And just like backpedaled away. But that's okay. I don't expect them to remember who I am. But, there's that. Um, that's okay. I'm not that upset by it. But yeah, I just I break down that like mm, numbers barrier. I don't care. And I bond with people on personality. So like, I talk to everybody like they're old friends and I connect with people like new people based on who feels like an old friend. You know? But like I said, I mentioned earlier when this started, like I'm not on my phone going, who has the most subscribers? Who has sorry, I'm reading my text messages as I'm talking. I don't go on my phone and be like, oh, hold on, before I hang out with you. Who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? I don't need that like mentality of like clout chasing bullshit. That there's people who do that. Like, it's part of every culture. Like, what can I get from people and for what? But I'm not like that, and I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I don't want to spill tea, but like, hi, I'm 30. I've been around the block a few times. It's not my first rodeo. I know who is there to get what they can get from people. That's, again, I can see it from 1,000 miles away. Like, whatever. Not my problem. I like just making genuine relationships with people. And whether, like Chandler, for example, I wish I would have talked to you longer, but like I said, it's this fun ebb and flow of the whole convention and the whole culture that's there, is that like you can talk to somebody for 5 minutes and go, okay, cool, see you later. And if you see them that weekend, great. You might not, because they're floating around all little groups, and it's fun. So I'm not upset by that. Oh, people definitely came up to me. Amber from Ambitious Bibliophile, right? That you're freaking, see? I don't even know. I've talked to her before. I'm positive I've talked to you before on Twitter and stuff. And I'm like, hi. Like, I don't remember anyone's faces. Like, I don't remember faces. I don't remember names. Like, people will have to tell me, hi again, you. And like, it's not that you're not memorable. It's just I don't have good memory. Period. Yes, I wish that I got to absorb your boots more, Chandler. I do. Hi, Amy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, I have no real issues with anything. Like I said, my main, I guess, gripe is that I do wish that people who had a bigger following felt more safe. And not everyone felt more safe in general. Well, I mean, the way I talked to some people about this even before we went. I said, when I interact with people, especially on Twitter, I'm looking at your fucking face in a tiny circle this big at like 2 a.m. as I'm shit posting memes. You know? So when you're like suddenly a tall person, which everyone is in my life, and is here, I'm going through my head going, Bob, Jane, Billy, your name again. I don't know. Everyone loves you, Julia. Everyone loves you. I love you. Everyone loves you. I don't necessarily feel awkward, but there were definitely parts of the, like, being around a lot of people where I felt like, I don't know who knows me here, but I'm just going to pretend that I pretend that, like, one of two ways. I pretend everyone knows me, or no one knows me. Right? I'm like, oh. Yeah, but I mean, even if you don't even if you talk to somebody and they don't recognize you right away, if you're like, I do videos, I've had people do that. I'm like, you do videos? They're like, yeah. I'm like, cool, tight. Like, again, breaking down that whole like barrier. If you look at everybody as coworkers in this big company, I like my coworker analogy, metaphor analogy. I like my coworker thing. For those of you who weren't in this chat earlier, I talked about friendship groups. Oh my God, I'm just talking my ass off in this video. I talked about friend groups in the community as being a company. So there is a company. That company is Booktube, right? In that company, there are different stores. So you have store 1, store 2, store 3. So say there's 10 stores, right? Within that store, those are your close-knit coworkers. Those are the people that you have talked to every day. To me, those are my Julie, Chelsea, Amber, people who I talk to all the time. Mel. Those are your coworkers, your team, the people you talk to all the time. You might know about some people that work at store number 2 because they're in your city. You might, once in a while talk to somebody who works at another store by calling them, asking them what stock they have, something like that. Then all of a sudden, there is a district meeting where all the stores come together for a group building activity, right? From that, you're going to naturally have your little group, right? But you're going to talk to people about similar things. What is your similar thing? Working for this company, right? Doesn't mean that these people don't like you and aren't, it's just those people are an already established team. You will find people in all those other teams whose personalities you like better than others, but you don't have to work with those people, right? So there you go. Booktube as a company. Linda, I'm not addressing the Linda comments. I'm not. That's on you guys. I'm not. Absolutely not. That's where I draw the line. Love this TED Talk. But I mean, if you look at it like that, and you look at it as maybe this store sells more than this store, but like think about it this way. When you're at this district meeting, say, for the store, we're going to get back into the store, right? And I said it earlier, you work for the same company. Do you go to somebody who is a district manager and you go, how much money do you make? No. Why? Because you're all coworkers as a whole. You don't go to your manager and go, oh, actually, how much do you make? That's not something you talk about. So for me, I don't look at subscriber count. I look at it as we all work for the same company. My cog in this machine is just as important as this person. There you go. There you go. Spilling the tea, the realness. You'd like me to do a panel? Oh, God. And talk about cogs? Oh, God. I don't even know. What the fuck would I talk about? Just get on for like an hour and a half and just spew fucking vomit out of my mouth. God. Are you planning on going to Booknet Fest? No. Unfortunately, I did not budget it, and I am going to Hawaii in December for like 3 weeks, and I need to save my shmoney for that. Can you bring your Stephen King mug? Oh, my slut for Stephen King mug. It makes me laugh every time I look at it. It truly does. She back up over there. A face mask panel. Oh my God. It would be great if we did like not even a panel. Yeah, maybe a panel. Like we got one of those rooms down in the panel section, and it's just Natasha's sit down and chill panel. And as you walk in, you get a face mask, and then everyone just puts on their face mask and de-stresses for like 30 minutes. There's plinky plonky music. There's just me quietly ASMR, if you're comfortable with it. I'm just kidding. ASMRing into the mic going, hi guys, I'm naked and afraid. Send help. I know that you're all also naked and afraid. Send help. It's now time to put on a pig face mask and laugh away in the next 30 minutes. And then I'd get Mel from Mel to the Eddie to just come up and do this. And then people who are into ASMR are just fucking chilled, you know? Oh, Oh God. Be great. Oh, it's hot in this room. Ugh. I did see Paul Tremblay in a panel, but I did not get an arc from him. I feel bad about that. Can there be beer? There can be whatever you want at the Chillaxy panel. Okay. Oh, for a second I thought there was a person standing like outside of my house in the street, and it's just a reflection of a bottle of Batiste. Anyway. Mel does ASMR. I do a face mask while crying because my brain is overwhelmed. An entire mood. Oh God. Everything was just very overwhelming. You could explain it as an author having different genres, each with their own beta readers, all in the author's beta reader group. They share the author as a common interest, not the genres. Huh? You could explain it as an author having different genres. Okay, that made no sense to me because I'm too tired. But yes. Me trying to understand a comment. Oh, I've been here for an hour and a half. The fuck? Okay. I'm gonna wrap this up in like 15 minutes, I think. Anyone going to Yahoo Book Fest? That sounds made up. That sounds like a fake fest. Yahoo Fest. Woo! I'm just kidding. That's where's that? YahooFest.org. I get it, it's YA Fest. That sounds even more fucking made up. Oh God. Where did the time go? I know. Okay, this is the thing. I used to do live shows on a little Tennessee. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds like a yeehaw good time, you know. I used to do live shows on this website called Blog TV like 11 years ago. And so your girl's used to being live for hours on end. I can talk about nothing for days. Oh, do we have to talk about the Old Town Road sing-along group? We tried so hard. I went around the bar at bar night and said at 10:05 p.m. we're singing Old Town Roads. Okay. Jeff went to the machine, put in his $2. We played Old Town Roads, and like 5 people knew the song. So I tried my damn hardest. Yeah. I'm not upset by it. He also played What's New Pussycat 5 times in a row, but it was so loud in there that no one heard it. Used to play Minecraft to those live shows. Oh God, you've been around with me that long. Actually, Old Town Road sampled a 9 Inch Nails song or Trent Reznor song, so that song existed before Old Town Roads did. True story. Oh, people tried. People tried to sing along. It was just too loud in there. So again, at the Quiet Time Face Mask ASMR panel, we will end the relaxing time with an Old Town Road sing-along. Oh, there is a comedian, John, is his name John? I know what you're talking about. Look up What's New Pussycat 7 times. That's why we played it, because we love that so much. My life is a movie, bull riding and boobies. So yeah. Jeff Setner. Have you seen the viral video of Little Nah went to an elementary school? No, but I want to watch that immediately. That fills me with joy. John Mulaney. Is it Mulaney? I think so. Yes. Oh, John Mulaney's so funny. He has this like almost almost like 40s transatlantic accent. Like he seems like from a different time, right? And he's so funny. He's one of my favorite. Yeah, he's up there with one of my favorite comedians. He's a good time. Okay, I'm going to end this in 10 minutes because I have to drink water. She's getting dehydrated. I'm having BEA flashbacks. I'm just kidding. So take the next 10 minutes. Ask me literally anything you want to ask me about things in life and books and Bookcon, BEA, whatever. Who are my other favorite comedians? You're stressing me out. I just go on a rabbit hole on YouTube. There's this one guy. Ooh. All I can remember is he did this like unplugged thing where he talked about taking GHB and getting so high he nearly died. That guy's freaking funny. I can't remember his name, but that's all I remember. Story behind BookTube mom and dad. Okay, we call Jeff Book Daddy because Jeff is a dad through and through. He takes care of everybody, myself included, but he literally will go out of his way to provide comfort, band-aids. Julie hurt her foot very badly last year, and Jeff literally was like, I'm on it, pieced out to CVS at like 2 a.m, didn't even know he was gone to get Julie like a first aid kit. Like, he is a dad through and through, okay? If he sees that you're even slightly panicked, he's like, what do you need? Do you need water? Do you need? And so we call him Book Daddy, not because he's like, Book Zaddy, even though he is. He's my Book Daddy. He just takes care of people. And so because Jeff is Book Daddy, it's like Book Dad, and then now it's Mom and Dad, and it kind of just evolved from there. And then on the way out, literally as we're dragging 48 books down to the metro, we hear Mom and Dad from a distance. I'm like, goodbye, New York. It was pretty funny. Tom Segura, is that him? Is that him? He's kind of plump, but looks like I would make out with him in like a dark bar. I think that's him. Jeff is amazing. My favorite food. Ooh. I welcome and encourage all food into my life. I don't know. I really like sushi, Thai food, Italian style pizza, peanut M&Ms, rainbow bagels now. Anything a trash 11-year-old would eat, same. Anything a high 23-year-old would eat, same. Yeah. Jeff is great. Yeah, Jeff is honestly, I love him to death. Like, you have no idea. What's the secret to making videos and not feeling uncomfortable when making them? Keep making them. And I know that's not like the greatest advice, but the more you tap into your person that you are, how do I say this? You need to pull deep down inside yourself and find out, like, not who am I putting on display, but who am I as a person? Me on my videos is 100% who I am in person. I get a lot that they're like, oh, you seem so real. I'm a real fucking person. Obviously I'm edited so that like the funniest parts of me are on video, and I'm not like sitting there picking my fucking nose when I forgot I was recording. But the more you just talk to the camera like it's your best buddy that you've known for 20 years, the more comfortable you get with it because it's the most comfortable version of yourself. So hopefully that. He was so nice at Bookcon. This is a true story. I remember when I told you that you got lost in the rain and you're like, you should have called Jeff. I'm not kidding. If you would have kept Jeff like on your phone, he would have immediately went to help you. Like that's what he craves, helping people in like the most genuine way. I love him. I love him so much. Yeah, I still get uncomfortable. Like I don't want to say I get uncomfortable to film. I get not in the mood, which is why you guys saw 2 videos from me in the month of May. My brain wasn't there, my heart wasn't in it, and I was like, I haven't read a book or touched a book or looked at a book in 2 weeks because I was stressed. I was dealing with some other shit. And it's important to know, don't force yourself to do it. That's don't worry about sending me books, please. Thank you, Jake, but do not worry about it. I have more than enough to read right now, and anything that I like missed, I'm just gonna buy. If and when I remember. So please, thank you, but like please don't send me books. God no. I'm just over here drowning in, in book. What was the restaurant called that you went to in your last BEA vlog? The one with the desserts? If it's that one, it was El Room. So it's called El Room Cafe. Ugh. Madison, oh my god. What an actual goddess among humans. How are you so tall and beautiful? Fuck you. Go to hell. Oh, Zubzib is right near the Javits Center, and it had the best Thai food that I've ever had, and it's reasonably priced. So, hell is my home. You're so pretty. I just can't stand it. So, cool. Zubzib was. Listen. Here's another tip. If you are ever staying in an Airbnb and they give you a list of recommended places that are nearby, check some of them out because these people live there. They know what the good local food is. Ask a local, where do you go to eat? Because those are the best restaurants that you will find. True story. What place do you wish you went to eat at? The only one thing on my list that we missed was going to Books Are Magic to take a picture in front of the big old mural. I missed doing that, and then I would like to go to like I'd like to go to Coney Island. I'd like to see the Brooklyn Bridge. I'd like to take a ferry to see the Statue of Liberty. New York stuff, but like really, food wise, there's so many fucking food places in New York that like I ate so much ramen. Ooh. Can you hook me up with where you went for good ramen? Because I want ramen always. 2 places in New York City you need to go if you like the album. One is called Sugar Factory. The other is Serendipity. I think I've heard of Serendipity, however you say that. I heard of that one, I think. But I'm not kidding, guys. Before I go to any place, and call me a basic bitch all you want, I literally look up aesthetic places, top 10 Instagram places to eat. And then I make a list. So. Ooh, okay. The Prudo? Assuming that that's how you say that? Okay. Yeah, I want ramen pretty bad right now. There seems to be so many ramen places. Like, we definitely did Zoob Zib twice because of the rain. I think had it not been raining, we would have been like more prone to like branch out of our area, but it was like really close by for us, so we just went there twice and it was so good. First time I got pad thai, ate the shit out of that. The second time I got pineapple chicken fried rice. Wonderful. Oh, that little cubby. Yes. Yes. Sign me up. Oh yeah, the flash flood. I was like, what the fuck? Where am I? Oh, I said I would leave now. Fine, we'll do another 15 minutes and then we'll cap it off at 2 hours. Because there's still like 68 people here. So we'll cap it out in another 15 minutes and then I have to go drink something because I'm like parched. Jeff, bring Natasha water. Yes, please. Please do that. Stopping in to say hi. Hello. Yeah, I definitely want to go back to New York. Like, New York was and is an experience that I feel like if you ever get the chance to go, because it's like on like it's like nowhere else in the world. Like, the amount of crazy shit that you will see in New York. Oh, here we go. Okay, now I want to ask a question to you guys. I'm so I need water. What did you guys have, people who went to New York, what was your number one, I can't believe I saw that New York experience? Because everyone's got one. Everyone's got one. I watched a dog eat a cigarette. There's that. Last year, Julie, oh, the Elmos are garbage. Oh, bless you. Thank you. I'm gonna be on for another like 15 minutes. Oh. The naked cowboy apparently was still in Times Square. The Elmo. Rats the size of a small dog in the subway. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shirtless man in the subway that was screaming at anyone who glanced at him. If you don't feel like you're gonna get murdered in New York at least like 5 times a day, you're not doing it right. Dead rat in the gutter, that's kind of sad, but also okay. Oh yeah, the Bond dogs at Bookcon. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry that some dude hit on you. Oh, I did get catcalled for the 5 minutes that I was away from Jeff. It was the day I wore the pink checkered shirt, pink and black checkered shirt, had black lipstick on, and I got, hey baby, you look like a bitch. And it's my favorite compliment I've ever had. Oh, so good. No, sorry. Hey girl, you look like a bitch. But like, there's so much complexity to that statement, you know? Because you're catcalling me like a hey girl. Like, if I would have got like, ooh, hey girl, I would have been like, man. But like, hey girl, you look like a bitch. Oh my god, I've laughed so hard at it. It's so funny. No, it's not funny. The fact that they say it in the first place, not funny. But there's so many worse things that I could have been called. Saw a dead rat in the gutter. Nice, solid. You stop. What? On Booktube bar night, as I was walking to the bar, maybe 10 feet from the entrance, I stumbled into a couple having full-on sex. Oh my. I'm sorry, that means Jeff couldn't. No, I'm just kidding. um, whip it out and pee in the street. That's pretty standard. Cabby yelled at me and my mom. Oh, great. Yelling at me to stay and talk to him. Yeah, homeless people can make or break a situation sometimes. I've met some really nice homeless people in my day, so I try not to judge too bad. But like, if you're yelling at me, I'm scared. You know. Opening the car door and a very naked, muscular man on a bike zooming between my arm and the car door. Holy fuck. Oh, you saw a juggalo? I dated a juggalo. Okay. There's some tea for a different day. Ah. That's Mrs. Bosman. We killed a cockroach. Literally, I'm not kidding. Like, here's my cell phone. It was probably that size. Jeff whacked it with a shoe like 8 times. He claims that he killed it on the first whack. I don't believe him. So, there's that. Oh, it was a lot. Oh, that was another moment that this week that I kind of went, I'm panicking. A juggalo is a person who a male person who loves the band Insane Clown Posse and is about that juggalo life. Okay? It means a lot of things that I can't put into words. I definitely dated a guy that had a full shoulder blade to ash crack to shoulder blade tattoo of a hatchet man from Insane Clown Posse, just done in black. Just a black tattoo, that size. Beautiful decision making when I was 16. He was a carny. I say dated, I use that term very lightly. Lightly. Yeah. We got 8 minutes to wrap this up. We're not gonna get into people I've dated. We're not gonna do it. Oh boy. I'm actually choking to death. I want pad thai so bad. Carny boy that died. The clowns are judging. I mean, juggalo culture is a culture, to say the least. Do recommend, if you want a little whisper into the life of juggalos and juggalettes, to watch a Vice documentary about juggalos. I'm pretty sure it was Vice. But if you look up the life of a juggalo on YouTube, I'm sure it would come up. And again, you're going to get a whisper serving scoop. Here's the scoop of what it means to be a juggalo. Oh, Julia, strap yourself in, bucko. It's, yeah, I listen, let's just say, knock on wood, that I did not end up as a juggalette. Although, maybe I'm a juggalette in my heart. Oh, God. Oh, I'm dying. That's my heart going, no, you're not a juggalette. How dare you? I'm good. Oh, Jeff is not a juggalette. Thank God. He does like the chat. Jeff likes back of a biker bar dad music. That's Jeff's taste. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's a taste. You know? I'm good. I just choked on water the wrong way. It's a choice. A lifestyle. Yeah, they also put on clown makeup. Yeah. Yep, sure do. Yeah. I used to know several songs by Insane Clown Posse. My favorite Insane Clown Posse lyric is "fucking magnets, how do they work?" Good stuff. All right, I'm leaving in 4 minutes, guys, if you want to get in any final questions. I'm choking to death. Is it hard to find a place close to BEA to stay? Close to the Javits, yes. But I highly suggest, if you know you're going to go, book your Airbnb as far away from the date as possible. It's going to be cheaper. You have more selection. And if you can, find like-minded people to go with and split an Airbnb as many ways as you can. It's going to save you money in the long run. So that's my recommendation. One thing you wish you did in New York, I wish I went to Books Are Magic, and I wish I went and saw the Brooklyn Bridge, and then also Coney Island. Yeah. Spend more time in New York next time. I don't know. I went for 6 days, and I feel like by the 6th day, I would like more time in New York outside of convention. That would be fun, but I had fun. Was your flight delayed when you went home? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I don't know who I'm going to room with next time. I feel personally more comfortable rooming with people that I've roomed with before. So I've previously roomed with Chelsea, so I'd feel okay with Chelsea and Aldo, and then Julie and Amber, and obviously Jeff. There's other people that I would definitely room with, but who I share my sleeping arrangements with is something completely different. I have to be like 100% comfortable to sleep near you, because you'll probably see my boobs at some point. So I need to be utmost comfortable. Hanging out, always, of course, but like an extra explore day, yeah, that would have been nice. An extra explore day with good weather would have been lovely. Might go back before Christmas, so I can explore cute Christmassy stuff. New York at Christmas would probably be really cute. But then also, I live in a frigid climate, so where there's snow 8 months of the year, 6 months. But so navigating snow is just never fun to me. But also, I hate Christmas. So, all right, I'm wrapping this up in about a minute. Any other place in the US that you would like to visit ever? Yes, but my vision of the US road trip that I want to take is in like a idealist way. I would love to get like an RV and go like road tripping all the way through, see the Grand Canyon. but it's also, I'll be honest, being Canadian in the States is a little and then the political climate of the United States right now kind of scares me. So, my road trip that I picture in my head is like a 70s California road trip, which just is not realistic. So, there's that. Um, it was warm in New York. I've not been to Maine, but I would like to go. Um, yeah. I like warm weather, but I don't like muggy weather. New York was a little muggy for me, but it was nice coming back to Canada and have it be a little chillier. So, but yeah, I am going to end this here. Thank you for everybody who came and watched and is still here. If you were here from the beginning, listening to me talk about stuff, um, it was fun. And I want to do this again soon-ish. I like coming on and talking about stuff. So, yeah, it's fun, right? And I know that this one it was evolved around BA and Bookcon. The next one probably won't. We'll talk more about books and whatever's going on at that time. So if you feel a little, excluded by that conversation, I'm sorry. But there's just some stuff needed to get off my chest, needed to, put out into the universe. And yeah. So hopefully everyone will have a good night. Read some books. Read that book. Yeah. That's my mom advice. Read some books and relax, chill. Oh, we just got a YouTube warning for watching for 2 hours. Okay, it's time to go. Yes, go read your books. If you got fun books, like new books or arcs or whatever, read them. I bought books today. Shame on me. Did you guys see the books I bought? Oh crap, no, we're not going to talk about them. Maybe I will. Real quick, I bought new books today. A haul. An impromptu haul. I Wish You All the Best by Mason Beaver. Heck yeah. Needed that in my life. What is this? Oh, it's Red, White, and Royal Blue. Yeah, it is. And then, what is this? Oh, it's Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered by my favorite ladies of all time. So, impromptu haul. And then this is my bag that I got from the Strand, for those of you who are not aware. So, it's an entire mood. But yeah, everyone should now F off and go read. So I'm going to promptly F off and go read. I'm going to get in the tub. So anybody who wants to get in the tub, not with me, but in their own tub and relax, I support that decision. All right, final goodbye. I hope you guys had a good time. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye. I don't know how to end. I never know how to end. I could do this for hours, guys. I could be on here for 6 hours before YouTube is like, that's it. There's no more YouTube left. Okay, but for real, I'm gonna go. Love you guys. Bye.